Christie's Direct, the animal grooming experts. With over 20 years' experience, Christie's Direct has grown to over 30 employees, all with the aim of providing our customers with high-quality products and market-leading customer service. Our warehouse holds thousands of product ranges from leading international brands. We stock everything the professional groomer needs, from professional shampoos, dryers, baths, tables and scissors to suit all needs. Give our sales team a call today on 028 276 66879.
So hello, I'm Stuart Simons, owner of Groom Dog City, and this is Nelson, and I'm going to do, he's a cross between a Maltese and a Bichon as far as I know, and I'm going to do a kind of like cilium, kind of fusiony cut on him. So first of all, he's got a few little knots, and he's got not a brilliant temperament to be groomed, so it's going to be kind of play it by ear grooming. And hopefully you can sort of see some really good ways of dealing with dogs that don't like it. He's a really lovely dog. He's just had a really difficult past. So he sometimes doesn't really completely trust humans. So I'm going to start by, I'm going to clip out this area here. No, because this area is what gets, the area that gets the most knotty and matted. And if it's not there and we can hide it from the groom, then it's better to take it short. That way, he doesn't have any trouble in the future. So I'm going to do that with a 10. So first things first, we're going to lift him up. Be a good boy. And I'm just going to take the whole centre out. Also in the summer, he prefers it, I expect, because it keeps him nice and cool. So I'm literally just going to shave down a stripe down the middle. Then I'm just going to do all his sanitary and his pre-grooming bits and bobs. I've got hair in my mouth. Good boy, Nelson. Good boy. Good boy, darling. Stand. Good boy. Under his arms he also gets quite matted, and he doesn't really let anyone brush them out, so again we can hide them. Good boy. Good boy. Nelly. Nelson. The whole thing for him, because he doesn't like the process very much, is to try and get it done as painless and quickly and easy as possible. So if there are knots, better to just cut them out than to put him through any stress. And that way, he's a happy dog, I'm a happy groomer. So I know he's touching on his legs, but I've got to get them brushed out, so I'm going to give it a go and see how he gets on. Good boy. No problem. Now there's no knots. All right, darling. Okay. It's all right, sweetheart. Shh. Stand up. Nelson. No, it's all right. Shh. We get it done. No. Nelson. It's all right. You were doing so well. Good boy. Good boy. You did it, see? See how clever you are? Can you see how clever you were being? Good boy. Shh. Okay, all right. Is that better? Is that better? Be careful when you're doing naughty dogs. I shouldn't really be putting my face so close to his, but he's my dog. So I know when he's going to go and when he's not, generally. But as a rule, I wouldn't put your face too close to a dog that's possibly going to bite you. Good boy, Nelson. I know. Stop. You're a pickle, aren't you? You're a pickle face. Yes. So even though he's been washed and brushed out, he has got the sort of hair that knots up within about 5 minutes. So it's really important to try and get all those knots out before you properly start to do the haircut. So, I'm going to do a nice short back. I'm going to leave a skirt. I'm going to give him some nice trousers. And I'm going to take the head. It's not dissimilar to a Wheaton cut. Just a smaller version. So I'm using a 7F on his back. Taking it nice and short. It's really going to be nice and tight. Keep them nice and cool in the summer. So Nelson's got a habit, well not a habit, it's just the way he's built, of looking fat. But he isn't a fat dog. It's just that because his hair's so big and his skirt kicks out, so this needs to go quite low, otherwise he ends up looking fat. So you just take it down. Again, I just slide it off to make an extension of the rib cage, and it helps with his waistline. Most people wouldn't go as short as a 7F on, but he needs it. Again, we're going to follow the muscle line. You see, and follow the muscle line. And we'll tidy all that up later. Same on the other side. So I'm just clipping the pads out, making sure they're all clear of hair. Good boy, Mr. Nelson. Okay, so we've done the sanitary, we've done a strip down the middle, which I'll show you if you can see there. But you won't be able to see that from the outside. It'll help him keep him cool in the summer. Stand, good boy. So now we do the feet. So I'm going to start with this back leg, if he lets me. No. Good boy. So we need to blend from a really short to a kind of longish leg. And it's always hard to do because I've taken it so short on the body and the legs are going to be quite long, so it takes quite a lot of blending. So again, I'm going to take the front part of the foot out. And I'm going to scissor around. I'm going to fluff all this up. I'm going to use my scissors to blend into the leg. Right, so I'm going to scissor out from here down to the hock, just to give some angulation. Make sure we're standing properly. We want it to go straight down from this join. We want the leg to go straight down like a column. Oh, sorry. So we're starting to see the blend between the 7F and the scissoring. So what I'd need to do now is to really get that blended in properly. So we're going to use thinners just to get rid of any of the lines. So we want him to stand properly so that we can get an idea of his stack. And we need a little bit more to grow in here. So I'm just going to take a bit out of that. And we need a bit more to grow here as well because we want it to come down a bit further. You can see the shape we're getting. And that's it. That's well done. That's it. That's the end of the groom. Come on, you. Don't be lazy. So I'm just going to turn him that way so that I can see the inside of this leg. So the thing with Nelson is that he really doesn't like the whole process. He hates being brushed. He really finds it frightening. So the shorter for him, the better, because it means that he comes here less. But he still needs to be stylish. So we're still going to give him a nice scissor cut, but we don't want to put him through anything he doesn't like going through. So we're going to try and make it as quick and easy as possible for him. So the skirt now just needs to be blended in. And like I said before, because he's got quite a fluffy coat and it kinks out, I like to make it really, really flat to his body. So I take it probably a bit lower than I would usually. Otherwise he looks like a fatty. Okay. So then, if you just stop standing weird. Ah, no. Good boy. So you can feel like he's really rigid and really tense the whole time because he's just waiting for it to hurt. So a lot of reassurance from Mr. Nelson. Just going to pull my table up a little bit. So what I'm doing, I'm correcting his standing because he's going, he's kind of almost getting ready to run. So I'm just correcting his stance so that I can see exactly where I need to cut. Okay, onto his front leg. Nelson, Nelson. Nelly. Good boy. So I just want to shake it out, fluff it up a bit. A little bit of scissoring spray. With the front legs on little dogs, I start with the leg rather than the feet. It gives me an idea of how much to take off. And I'll go to the feet. So I'm just scissoring around the feet to try and get them nice and round. I basically want these to be nice straight columns, these legs. So I scissor up to get a nice finish on the leg first, and then I start doing the front of the foot and again going round, making sure that I get a nice round finish. So, fluff up, Because he's little, I can't get my scissors up all the time, and he doesn't like me picking his leg up, so I'm now basically trying to make it as easy for him as possible. I've always got control of him. Come on, Mr. Nelson, you can do better than that. So now, I'm going to try and... that is naughty. That's naughty. Okay, good boy. See, he's so unpredictable. That's why he's so tense. I know he's tense, so I know I need to get through it quite quick. So it's just a question of making him look the best you can look without him getting too stressed out. No, no growling, no. Oi, oi. Good boy, good boy. Good boy, Nelson. And then once you've got it to a place where you think it's nice, you do the same on the other side. So he's really not enjoying it. He's getting really moody. I'm just trying to get through it as quickly as possible to make him more comfortable because he doesn't like it. Good boy, Nelson. So I'm just scissoring up his apron. Good boy. Okay, so that's sort of the best I can do with the body at the moment because he's not playing ball. So with his tail, because I've taken the back so short, I'm going to take the top of the tail short as well and give him a flag underneath. I think it looks really smart, personally. Probably won't like it, but... So again, with a 7F, I'm going to take the top of the tail off. And I'm just going to skim down the sides. Like that. So that if the tail's down, it still looks quite streamlined. Then I'm going to brush it out, which he's going to hate. Thin up the join. I'm just going to flag it. I find with dogs that don't like it, I don't know if you've ever done if anyone out there has done a Reiki course. I did a Reiki course and it really works on some troubled dogs. Quite a lot of dogs that don't like the grooming process find that the energy that goes through your hands, they pick up on it, and if it's really good energy, then they pick up on it and it calms them right down. So, we've got a skirt, we've got some trousers. They're not the best I've ever done, but they're all right for him. Just tidy the tail up a little bit. Now we're going to move on to the head. So, if he's going to let me do it. Yes. Nelson's had an ear infection recently, so it looks a bit grubby around the old ears. Good boy, good boy. No. So I'm going to take a 10. So I'm going to take a 10. Good boy. I'm going to take it back from the eyes. And I'm going to go down from the corner of the eye, corner of the ear, and to the corner of the mouth. Nice and short. I'm going to leave a little bit there again to blend in. And I'm going to take the ears off with a 10. I'm thinning the neck into the head. I don't like to take the 10 all the way to the occiput. I like to leave the hair long here, and so I don't touch this at all with the blade. I always just blend it, and I think the reason is, for me, is because I don't like to have a really, really short bit here and then a long bit and then blend in. I prefer to blend the whole thing. That's just what I do. So I'm just blending the occiput into the body. I think it looks more natural. I'm going to get my 40 blade and I'm going to do the inside of the ears. I'm always working away from the ear. So now I just need to scissor up around the ears. So I just pull all the hair out. So I've just cut around the ears like this. Always going away from the ear, and just take away all the straggly bits. Whilst I'm grooming, I'm always looking out for bits that I've missed. So just in front of the ear, I always use thinners to get that nice and short. Okay, so now the face. Mr. Nelson's face. Don't bite me. So first things first, I'll take the hair away from his eyes, and I'm going to take all this hair away. You've been a Very good boy, Mr. Nelson. Then I'm going to put it all forward. And I take my scissors, line up with the edge of the nose, take it to the side, and take that away. So it leaves you with a nice eyebrow. Same on the other side. Line it up the nose, move it up to the side. And now I'm going to get my thinners. And I'm just going to thin the stop area so that from the side it's got a nice shape to it. Can you see? And then I'm going to thin all this out to give them a clearer definition on the head. And the beard, just going to shape it up. So because this central full hasn't grown in properly, you're faced with a decision as to whether to actually just take it away and give him a schnauzer cut. Because he's a Maltese Bichon cross, you can do whatever you want with him. But this is so when you get to these points, you can make a decision. Now, I personally think it would look a lot cleaner if I took the middle of the eyebrows out. So you can make a decision when you come to it, and that's what I'm going to do. I've decided. So I'm just going to take the central bit out. I think it'll just make him look a little bit smarter. But there's no breed standard for a cross, so you can do whatever you fancy. It just gives you an alternative to just doing a standard cut. It's something different. And I would see this hair here, I'm going to take that out. I think we're pretty much there. So for a dog that doesn't like it, you can still do a scissor cut, it's just on his terms. You don't want to put him through hell, but that is a really nice pet trim. So this is a finished pet trim on a Bichon cross Maltese dog that doesn't like being groomed. He's really, really sensitive. The whole time he's very tense, but it just goes to show with a little bit of love and a little bit of respect for him, you can get through it and get a good result at the end of it. Not the best result, accepted, but not a bad job, and he didn't hate it. So it is possible. I would say that a dog like this needs to come back to the salon as much as possible, even if it's just for a bath and brush, simply to get him used to the environment, to get him used to the smells, the atmosphere in here, because that is half the battle. Once they're used to an environment, then they'll probably be more happy for us to deal with them. And even if a lot of my customers, if they go past the shop and they're frightened dogs, I'll tell them to come in, I'll give them a treat, and then off they go. So they don't even have to have their hair cut as long as they come in. And he's as good as gold now. Well done, Mr. Nelson. Well done. Yes, you're so clever.